good, YouTube? Slender Revolution X here. Coming to you guys with another installment of my Chronicles of the Gladiator Beast segment. This will be episode number 2. And basically what this segment is, if you guys haven't watched the previous video, it's me talking about my Gladiator Beast deck. It's a deck that I'm very passionate about. Been playing it most recently for about a month and a half now. And I'm trying to get out there ideas, my thoughts on the deck, tips and tricks, things like that. Cards you maybe not be used to seeing in the deck, things like that. My first episode was on Gladiator Beast Secutor, which is a whole nother story. You guys can go watch that video if you're interested in that. But in today's episode, I'll be talking about a fairly new card into the Gladiator Beast deck that, in my opinion, should be ran in every Gladiator Beast deck at this point. And that is 5 Formation Tenki. With this card's release in Cosmo Blazer, it opened up a new front for Gladiator Beast because this searches your Darius and Lakori. And these are your big beaters in this deck. And something that is recruitable is awesome. I understand that there was a Gladiator Beast recruiter. I really didn't like it just because you tend to not want too many monsters in the hand. And with this coming out, it gives that 100 boost and stays on the field, so it makes good Starlight plays. And like I said, I'm trying to build this deck on the ability to create advantage, which they do very well in general, and this is just an added bonus to that. And what I think about this card is it allows you to, one, get that +1 because it stays on the field. And in generally bad hands, let's pick up this. This is you got Tenki, Test Tiger, War Chariot, Wabaku, MST, and My Body is a Shield. Now, generally, a hand in Gladiator Beasts of 5 Magics and Traps and a Test Tiger is pretty dead. But 5 Formation Tenki makes this a really, really good hand because not only are you able to recruit one of the Beast Warriors, you have support for it and a Test Tiger if you need to go past something. So, for instance, let's go into an idea, a scenario, we'll say. And your opponent, you're playing Evil Swarms, Ophion, which in my opinion, Evil Swarms is my hardest matchup because they're very hard to side against, especially with this deck. I understand that there's the Shadow Imprisoning Mirror, which is my only matchup to them in my side deck. But this card makes that very live. Let's go into the scenario, like I said, where they have an Ophion on the field turn 1, which is very possible in that deck. And you have this hand. We'll work with this hand. Basically, what you're going to want to do is Tenki. And what I generally do is in Darius. Now, not just in this scenario, but in a lot of other ones, because if I went Darius turn 2 and they didn't have that Ophion and had a monster set or something like that, you could run over it, tag out into the Lakori, and the Lakori will be a 2200 beater, which is just awesome for a 4-star monster that can tag out into other things. That's just an awesome, especially when you have protection like Wabaku and War Chariot in your hand. That's boss. It gives people the business. But in this instance, the Ophion's on the field. I'd say they have a back row, which is probably Pandemic. So you're going to MST that Pandemic. Not that it matters because you have the Test Tiger, and when you Tenki into either one of these, you can Test Tiger into Murmillo, which will instantly get rid of that Ophion and leave you up for an open attack to tag it back into Lakori if you wanted to at the end of the battle phase. So in my opinion, this card is amazing. I love it. Another good thing that I like about this card is its ability, is the fact that it does stay on the field, and it gives that 100 boost. Not necessarily for the 100 boost, but I think that with Starlight Road, it just helps this card. So even if you have a handful of Glad Beasts, and you have this on the field, and this is your only trap, that, if they heavy, that's your Stardust right there, and you still get to keep the Tenki, so you still get that 100 boost. So, I mean, Starlight Road, I think it's been said many, many times, and I think it's a very, very true statement, is the fact that Stardust, although being one of the earliest synchros in the game, is still an incredibly hard card to get around. It's still very versatile, still very potent to your opponent's plays. You look at the fact that you get 2 free negations off of 1 card plus a monster. So you're looking at, you negate the Heavy Storm. There's advantage right from the get-go because, no matter how many cards you set, you're stopping their Heavy Storm. So it's a 1-for-1 there, but then you get the monster, so there's the +1, and then you get the other negation, which to me is another +1 altogether because, who knows how long you have that monster on the field, and who knows that negation. This is just an awesome card, and it's nice to be able to use that. I know back row isn't very prevalent in the game today, so being able to have a deck that can run back row is awesome in my opinion. But we're kind of getting off track. So back to Fire Formation Tenki. The only downside to this card is, I mean, and even in Fire Fist, the only downside is opening up with, say, you know, 2 Lahoria, Darius, and a Tenki. But the best thing about these decks that Fire Fist can't do is the ability to tag out. So you're looking at, you could go Lahoria, summon it, push into something, tag out into whatever you need, and then be able to Tenki it again. So you're still getting that advantage off of that. And that's why I love Tenki so much, is because, in my opinion, building advantage in the game today is the best thing to do. I mean, you look at with these decks, they can go balls deep really quick. Having a deck that can build advantage like this is awesome, awesome. And that's why I'm such a strong advocate to Gladiator Beast in general. So, thanks for watching, guys. Please give me your thoughts on this. Like, comment, subscribe. Look at my other videos. I should have another Chronicles of Gladiator Beast up within the next couple days. I'm not sure what deck what card I'm gonna profile, but I guess you guys will find out then. But thanks for watching again, guys. Join the revolution today, and I will see you guys later. High five. Peace.